back to Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray, and now it's time for weather with a beat. Seattle, 75 and raining. 66 in Portland. 90 in Sacramento. 70 in San Francisco, all clear. Sunny down south, too. 87 in LA. 110 in Las Vegas. 113 in Phoenix, 95 in Albuquerque, 94 in thunderstorms in Denver, 97 in clear in Salt Lake City. It'll be 91 in Omaha, Nebraska, 90 in Topeka, Kansas, 90 in Oklahoma City, Texas clear, 96 in Amarillo, 96 in Houston, 94 in Dallas. That rainstorm Barry moving straight up north from New Orleans. New Orleans, 87 in thunderstorms. Little Rock, 79 in rain. 78 a thunderstorm in St. Louis. 89 but clear in Chicago. 88 a thunderstorm in Indianapolis. 84 and sunny in Atlanta along the East Coast. 89 sunny in Miami. 92 with sun in Charlotte. 95 and a clear day in Roanoke. 90 in the nation's capital. 85 and sunny in New York City. 86 and sunny in Boston. It's Monday, and that's weather with a beat.
Daybreak USA, I'm Jet Williams, and you are in the jet stream. LeBron and AD aren't just taking shots. They're apparently calling them, too, we think. Lakers boss Rob Pelinka said he is listening to LeBron James and Anthony Davis when it comes to who is on the team. Pelinka said Bron and AD have high basketball IQs, so he views them as partners. Interesting. Well, Dwight Howard said he is interested in playing for the Lakers again. Pelinka said he'll run it by LeBron. Kidding. Going out of baseball, almost perfect. Almost. The Tampa Bay Rays blew what would have been a combined perfect game by allowing a single in the ninth, but still hold on to beat the Orioles 4-1. Elsewhere on the American League slate, the Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Beating the Blue Jays 4-2. Elsewhere, the Tribe beat the Twins. Tigers get over on the Royals. Halos deep six the Mariners. Stros slap the Cuffs on the Rangers. The A's beat the White Sox. National League, the Phillies swat the Nats. Cubs win. Cubs win. Beating the Pirates. Rocks roll past the Reds. Mets reel in the Fish. G-Men dwarf the Brewers. Cardinals knock off the Snakes. The Braves beat the Padres. Interleague, the Dodgers beat the Boston Red Sox. Going now across the pond to England and Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic successfully defends his Wimbledon crown by beating Rafael Nadal in 5 straight sets to win his 5th Wimbledon crown on the court of grass. Congratulations, sir. Now, I hear that sound in the background. That's the sound of the jet stream as it passes by on this Monday morning. I now look down at my watch and plainly see it's now 35 minutes after the hour here on Daybreak USA.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 immediately. That's 800-605-6995. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-605-6995 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-605-6995. That's 800-605-6995. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 for your free author submission kit.
What does Meals on Wheels do? They deliver meals and smiles to homebound seniors. But Meals on Wheels does something else. They turn a volunteer's lunch break into a meaningful experience.
As small and as simple as the relationship is between a volunteer and a client of Meals on Wheels, it's really so impactful. I never thought that 5 minutes could make so much difference in the lives of 2 people, but it has.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org. That's americaletsdolunch.org. Brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
Very white.
Well, 37 after the hour here on Daybreak USA. Rod and Ray. Okay, and we seem to have lost them. I don't know. Again, the internet god's not smiling down on us. So, yeah, lots doing over the weekend. We had the big storm in Louisiana, which looks like, came out a lot better than we could have hoped for. Not as many casualties or fatalities as was feared. Well, yeah, and, Rod has touched upon, there's Rod now. Rod touched upon that during the break we were talking about Louisiana maybe needing to redraw its map line because it's now underwater. They might as well just call it Louisiana Atlantis.
Listen, you can tell me all about your global warming all you want. Anybody who thought it was a good idea to build a city of 1.5 million people 13 feet below sea level and be on the ocean are idiots.
Nudniks.
Well, I don't think when the port was developed that
I just thought of a very important fact here. They're French.
I think we just went.
No, we did not.
Oh, all right.
I'll tell you when you are.
All right.
Okay. They're French.
You can say all the things you want. Some of us just aren't paying attention.
That's right. Ask Mr. Macron how much he likes Bastille Day today.
Hey, Rod, you know what happened?
There's troubles, yeah?
Rod, you know what happened when they were building the dam? The French, the water got a little high and they ran. They said, we're done.
Yeah, they went out and bought a dozen beavers. That's how the way they did it. Macron's having a terrible day. They booed him at his Bastille Day speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is a real weird story today, or yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday in India was supposed to be a glorious day.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to launch a lunar probe.
Oh, yes. The Indians are very excited about this.
Yes, well, at T-minus 56 minutes and 45 seconds. They put a hold on the countdown. They scrubbed the mission.
No.
And they have no idea of when it will be rescheduled. It's a Chandrayaan 2, which means moon chariot.
Ah, well, was there any reason given for
They saw a technical snag in the launch vehicle system, which means basically that the rocket was going to blow up if it took off. That's pretty simple. They would only be the fourth country to land a vehicle on the lunar surface, joining us, Russia and China. And it was at the Satish Dhawan Space Center, and the countdown was halted. I'm sorry, it went 21 seconds longer than I thought. They had it down as 56:45 and counting when the technical snag hit as a measure of abundant precaution, they called it.
Abundant precaution.
Sounds
Not a lot
like
of abundant precaution being taken anymore.
Sounds like they got scared. $140 million the space chariot has cost us.
No, it hasn't cost us anything.
Cost them. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, the president was busy over the weekend. He went on the road. He wanted to talk about the USMCA. The replacement for NAFTA. So here is President Donald J. Trump.
I think Cortez is being very disrespectful to somebody that's been there a long time. I deal with Nancy Pelosi a lot, and we go back and forth, and it's fine. But I think that a group of people is being very disrespectful to her.
Yeah.
Exciting time. It's been incredible. And as you know, we just hit the highest we've ever hit on the Dow. The stock market's the best it's ever been. Jobs are the best they've ever been. A couple of other little factors, not so bad. We're doing great, and we have a great military, and I thank you for that. And I want to thank Marilyn. She's been a friend of mine for a long time. and she's done an incredible job, and she just did me a beautiful favor, keeping it a beautiful Sikorsky plant open in the great state of Pennsylvania. Some people would say Commonwealth. I'll call it both. But all I know is they're really happy in Pennsylvania right now. And we love Pennsylvania, and I really appreciate what Maryland did. I'm thrilled to be back in your great state, a state that I won, and we won it not so late in the evening, a little bit early in the evening, actually, which is even better. And we had a lot of support from your company. Durco has been incredible. We have a lot of support here, and one of the reasons I'm here is Maryland. One of the reasons I'm here are you, because we really have had tremendous, there's a great spirit in this company. We're here today to celebrate the triumphant return of American manufacturing. You know what they said, it was going to be gone, but it's not gone. It's really thriving, and it's starting to build up at a level that nobody thought was possible. Everything we're doing to keep the assembly lines rolling,
that you heard
full
there,
speed
we'll
ahead, that's
on.
being done. And
It's his new battle with OA.
All right, you know what? Since I played that one in there, Rod was talking about it, we'll go ahead and play that now. So apparently you've heard about the president's mention about they could go back where they came from. And so this is what the president had to say. And basically he was calling out the three people in Congress who are giving Nancy Pelosi hell on earth. So here is President Trump.
As is being very disrespectful to somebody that's been there a long time. I deal with Nancy Pelosi a lot, and we go back and forth, and it's fine. But I think that a group of people is being very disrespectful to her.
And they are. I mean, he raises a good point. These are people, three freshmen in the House. And right now, you know, they have to understand. And look, whether you like Nancy Pelosi or dislike Nancy Pelosi, one thing you do have to concede is that Nancy Pelosi is, politically speaking, a very smart person. So, you know, that being said, I think, you know, AOC, Omar, and Rashida Tlaib, you know, just basically, you know, grow up, play the game a little, and, you know, you should be fine. All right, it is 45 minutes after the hour. We'll have more for you here on Daybreak USA.
Welcome back. Good to see your smiling face. It's 12 minutes before the hour. Rachel would tell you to...
Oh, place your next hour here.
Oh, a lovely way to do it, that's for sure. A regular contributor now to Fox News Sunday is Kellyanne Conway. But yesterday she used a phrase, I don't know if it'll catch on or not. She called the president the deporter-in-chief.
I won't discuss operational details, and I would push back on even your terminology of raids. ICE does this every single day. It's called enforcement actions. Law enforcement in this country enforces the law. It's a tautological definition of their duties. And this, of course, happened under President Obama. He was referred to as deporter-in-chief very harshly in 2012, and he pushed back on, actually, Telemundo, a Spanish-language station, when they criticized him, and they said, you're deporting 184,000, quote, non-criminals, and he said, I'm not a king, I have to enforce the law. Just this week, you saw massive protests at Joe Biden's Philadelphia headquarters, his campaign headquarters, and those people are angry that he was complicit in the Obama-Biden deportation. So this is a regular enforcement action. And let me make clear, I agree with DHS Secretary under President Obama, Jay Johnson. He says that these are not extraordinary exercises when, in fact, as is the case here, Chris, your appeals have been exhausted. Your rights have been adjudicated. These are final removal orders for people who are here illegally, and ICE is going to do what they do every day, which is go ahead and enforce the law.
Captain Chris might want to put that one in his library.
Yeah?
Well, she called him by name. You heard it. I heard it.
Yeah?
She's having conversations on the air with Captain Chris.
Well, of course. Everyone checks in with Captain Chris before they do
lovely.
anything.
I'm happy for her.
I know. He's very
important. Because that
important.
George guy ain't going to be around much longer. She has chosen her loyalty. If it was you, I would have expected you to quit already.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
I don't say that I disagree with that. I don't know how you hold a marriage together under those circumstances. I can't imagine what it's like some days when she hits the door or vice versa.
Oh, yeah, you can imagine she comes home in a great mood, can't you?
Oh, yes. But according to all accounts, they have an arrangement.
On the outside, everybody has an arrangement until the divorce lawyer delivers the papers to the door. Then all of a sudden, the arrangement seems to have taken on some water.
Yeah, right. By the way, speaking of arrangements, I started to tell you about this. York County, Pennsylvania, guy calls, it's the name of DoorDash, the delivery service for food.
Oh, yeah.
They swing by, they pick up your order, and they deliver it to you.
Wait a minute. You make the food and send it to somebody else?
No. They swing by your favorite restaurant and bring your order to you.
Okay.
So he says he ordered food from a barbecue place in West Manchester Township using DoorDash. The delivery driver drops off his food, and he said, and the patron said he opens up the box and discovered half of it had been eaten.
Well, the guy was hungry.
2 of the 6 ribs he ordered were gone, and what appeared to be bite marks were left behind. He said, I was just dumbfounded. I was really shocked that something like this would happen.
Marks?
On his ribs. I know.
Bite marks on his behind?
No, on his ribs. On his ribs that came in the box. He said he believed the DoorDash delivery driver was to blame. I guess she just pulls over to the side of the road and just decides to have herself a little snack before she delivers, says Peyton. The news media outlet there spoke to the employee at Dickey's Barbecue that handled the order, and while
Dickey's Barbecue, big chain.
I know, and while they weren't allowed to speak on camera, they did confirm Mr. Peyton's story and said they had previous issues with the same driver.
Well, you see, it's a dual function. Now you can order food and still be on a diet.
Really? Oh, they'll just take out what you don't need. Yeah.
She probably ate the ice cream dessert that came with it.
Apparently she's not the only driver. Yeah, she's not the only driver that they've had problems with. So maybe you're right. Maybe they are providing a side service of...
We're going to see, once again, these are going to be... They'll never figure out a number on it. We are going to lose a lot of jobs in this country for part-time workers that delivered for Pizza Hut, Domino's, all these places, because what they're going to do is they're all going to start using companies like that one, and there's 4 or 5 of them, and they're going to deliver the food, and that way the restaurant itself doesn't have to hire drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to pay for it.
Oh, you always pay. Yes.
Some of those places, you pay upwards of $15 for them to deliver the food to your door. So if you're not a family of 8 eating like 9,000 tacos...
Yeah, all of a sudden that becomes very expensive for something you might do for 1 or 2 people.
Bring me a hamburger. Oh, the hamburger's $1.95? Okay, that'll be $22. Thank you. Rod and Ray are on the radio. This is...
Daybreak USA.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Welcome back to Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray, and now it's time for this week's edition of AM. What's up, Rick?
Well, hey, guys. Because of its magnitude, with more than 500,000 attendees, Woodstock is often thought of as the first of the rock festivals, leading, of course, to mega shows in the 70s like the Isle of Wight or the California Jam, modern venues like Bonnaroo and Coachella, or, to me at least, all of it goes back to but one catalyst, Monterey Pop. It was there in Monterey, with over 200,000 in attendance, that the rock festival began. Held June 10th and 11th, 1967, in Marin County, California, Fantasy Fair kicked off the Summer of Love. Admission to the festival was a measly $2, and all proceeds were donated to the Hunters Point Child Care Center in San Francisco. And yet you've probably never heard of it. Amazing that a concert venue with nearly 40,000 in attendance, that featured the Doors and the Airplane, was advertised by one of the first Stanley Mouse rock posters and acted as prologue to the Summer of Love, gets no respect or even recognition.
It's true, Rick. I've never heard of it, but wait. I thought that we were going to talk more about Miles from Nowhere, your new novel about Woodstock.
And we will. I mean, here's the deal. Miles was set for release on March 12th, which, by the way, is National Nap Day, which, of course, is important to me. But that didn't happen, and we'll keep you posted. But trust me, Miles is on its way within the next couple weeks, and so we're leading into it. Anyway, radio station KFRC was acutely aware of what was happening in the music scene, particularly in the Bay Area, and went out of their way to play new and interesting music. KFRC turned the ideology into a way to sponsor a children's charity. Maybe we tend to be too critical of hippiedom. Music, charity, freedom. That was the message. While the Newport Jazz Festival had featured Bob Dylan in 1965, that Northeastern vibe was more stoic, still an offshoot of a 1950s ideology. Ironically, concert promoter Mel Lawrence, while a hippie at heart, hadn't adopted hippie chic, and with his charm and what they call a regular men's haircut, Lawrence could talk to the promoters with a sense of authority. Read more about the Fantasy Fair on 10am.blogspot.com. That's the numerals 10-am.blogspot.com.
That's this week's edition of AM. And remember Rick's new novel, Miles from Nowhere. It's coming out soon. This is Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray.